Hello and welcome to the Our Metroidvania podcast. This is Cauldrath from the Our Metroidvania subreddit and Discord.
Hi, this is Master. I'm also from there.
Hi, I'm Atcero and I'm also from there. And Master, you are actually a bit more quiet.
Oh, I'll fix that. Maybe.
Maybe. I'm gonna start. So we can hear the amazing speech. Actually, I'm gonna skip the intro, because I can. So our
Is
top-
that better?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay.
So our topic today is music and Metroidvanias, and how they affect gameplay, your experience of the gameplay, all that stuff. And what better game to play that, or talk about that with, is Symphony of the Night.
It has Symphony right in the name.
It does! Best Metroid...
As we all know, Castlevania has great music.
Is that the only thing it has going for it, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Not even enemy variety?
Not really.
Oh. And the sound is fine, right? Not overpowering.
I don't know, I have it muted.
Yeah. Not gonna listen to myself talk on your stream, gosh.
Gosh.
It
Not
was not by
on
my
my
hand
hand
that
that
I
I
am
was
once
more-
again given flesh. I was called here by
We gotta let
Oh,
the
yeah,
speech play
yeah.
out.
who wished to pay me
Yeah, we're missing the
tribute.
amazing voice acting.
Tribute? You steal men's
This is
souls
iconic.
and make
This
them
is
your
iconic.
slaves.
Perhaps
You're
the
iconic.
same could be said of all religions.
I guess Jill's sandwich
Your
is
words
also
are as
iconic.
empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs
Uh,
a savior such as you.
I've also found the best way to cheese
What is
him.
a man? A miserable
Why do
little
you need to
pile of
cheese him? He's the
secrets.
tutorial
But
boss.
enough talk.
I don't need
How
the
about you?
tutorial boss when I've beaten this game! Like, a bunch!
Why do you need to cheese him?
Because I want to. What's the first phase?
So did Richter overlevel?
Richter always overlevels.
No.
Look at that, I only needed a Hydro Storm 3 times.
I don't know what that means.
That's the name of the attack. The item crash for the... Or the item crush for the holy water.
Oh.
Yeah, music and Metroidvanias!
Usually pretty good.
Yes. Music is usually good. Except for when it's not.
Except for when it's not.
Well, there are some Metroidvanias that like try to go for more ambient sounds instead of playing music all the time.
Yeah,
Like Metroid does that a lot.
Metroid, I would even say Hollow Knight does that a lot.
I appreciate both forms of music.
Yeah, like when you've just got ambient sounds for most of the game, and then you get to a boss fight, and it does like a really powerful score, then it kind of like enhances that with the contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, silence is music also.
No, okay. I don't think
Silence is an instrument.
silence is not an instrument, it's a lack of instrument, but it can be used very well with games to enhance an area. Like when you walk in right before a boss or something, you're in an area that just goes dead silent, and you're like, oh no, something's gonna happen here, I'm gonna die.
Castlevania.
Moonlight Sonata is one of the best pieces in this game. Such a good song.
Is that what's playing now?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know like all the names of the songs and minus the boss themes, but I do know a few of them.
You are a Castlevania junkie, so.
I am. I love the music. Okay. Look at my handsome man running through the field. Alright.
Yeah, that's Soren, right?
That's no, man. This is Nathan Graves. Can't you tell by the hair color?
Oh, I thought this was Death's Gambit.
Look at you already getting hit.
It's one, and it's zombies. I don't care about zombies.
Look at
Zombies
you
care
one-shotting
about you.
everything.
Fun fact, I used to hate this track. This track, I used to despise Dracula's Castle.
Why?
Because it always, like, for me as a kid, it signified, I have to do the beginning again. Now, as an adult, I love it. And, actually, this can lead into Metroidvania and her compositional style.
Did you actually like challenging games as a child?
Huh?
Did you actually like challenging games as a child?
No, but I love this game. And this game is not challenging, so I mean, that should be indicative of what I like.
Oh.
So, my friend, who was gonna be on the stream, but then couldn't because music,
I've come to put an end to this.
I guess Metroidvania is a huge prog rock fan, progressive rock, and a metal fan. And you can actually hear that in a lot of her music in these games. Not so much in the DS-Vanias or any of the other games she composed for Castlevania, because of the sound fonts. I mean, you can hear it in Cursed Clock Tower. She used actually quite a bit of guitar in Aria of Sorrow, but she never used too much guitar outside of boss battles in like Donna Sorrow, Order of Ecclesia, or Portrait of Ruin. If you've noticed, it's really weird. But this game, she used a lot of orchestral music mixed with guitar, especially in this song. Tragic Prince are the two main ones I can think of. And
yeah, in the interview, I remember mentioning that this was the first game where she was able to she didn't have to deal with limitations on the soundtrack because of the hardware.
And I guess the guitar, at least for Tragic Prince, was not sampled. I didn't know that. She actually had someone record that.
Wow.
Which was, well, it's really cool actually, because I mean, she didn't obviously get a symphony for this game. She did for Bloodstained, but she did not for this game.
So this is misnamed. It's not actually the Symphony of the Night. It's like the synthesizer of the night.
Hey, she has done symphonies with this music, so I mean, kind of became true.
Hey, I thought live guitar was cool. I said wow and everything.
Actually, I should have grabbed my disc for the info, because it does have a comment on the music on the back of the disc. Oop, monster vial. Right away, too.
Happens if you go attack that globe thing. Oh, you already attacked the globe thing.
Yeah, I always attack the glowing things. It drops items.
You're not even gonna equip the chorus?
Not yet.
Maybe you would have taken like 4 damage instead of 5 there.
That's fine.
I thought it was a queer ass, like
it's cure ass, yeah.
Oh.
Ah,
Who knows?
I forgot how much I hate the menu in this game, though.
Because it's the placeholder?
Yeah. But yeah, Metroidvania as well is a huge classical fan. She wrote her college paper on Bach. She stated in many interviews that I've watched that she was in front of a camera too, just said, yeah, Bach, classical music. And songs like this, which is Dance of Gold, you can really hear it too.
Classical inspired music is good.
Is there any objective way to to identify good music versus bad music, though?
In my opinion, no. Like, it can be considered more objectively better music if a lot of people like it, but at the same time, I mean, you look at pop music and a lot of the younger generation likes it, but, you know, a lot of people of the older generation hates it. So I think it's... Huh?
Those darn Zoomers.
Darn Zoomers. So I think it comes down to a lot of, what you grow up with and what you're exposed to can objectively make a piece better, for that generation. So it's kind of hard. Like, people always say, oh, Queen's objectively a good band, but there's people who don't like Queen.
Those people are wrong.
I mean, they are, but music is subjective.
Well, it could also be that, like, every generation has had its pop music, and so people have already heard pop music from their generation. So when they first heard it, it was new and therefore probably better for them.
Mm-hmm.
And now the newer pop music is just something that they've already heard, and it doesn't have any, like, nostalgia or they didn't get an opportunity to like it without having experienced similar music.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any game soundtracks that are Gregorian chants?
I don't think there are. I'm sorry.
This makes me sad. We need a Castlevania game, but it's predominantly old Latin chanting.
If Michiru Yamane is composing for it, no, that ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Probably would have been appropriate for like Blasphemous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have worked really well. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard Blasphemous as a soundtrack. What is that like?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
I remember nothing about it.
Yeah.
That's not good. Okay, one second, I gotta cheese this boss.
I mean, I don't remember this game's music either, so...
I do. This is Festival of Servants.
It's because you've
by the
played
way.
it like 30 times. It's ingrained in your mind permanently.
Yeah.
So that does
The
kind of
runs
get...
have
Oh.
like frozen shut, or however that works.
Oh my god, I actually... I usually never make him mad before I kill Slagra, so this is weird for me.
But
Cauldrath, please continue.
oh, yeah. So that does kind of there was a quote by one of the composer for Hollow Knight in one of the interviews where he mentioned
Yes.
that a lot of people will say that if you don't notice a game's soundtrack, then the composer did their job. But he disagrees with that, and that it can be like the more in the forefront. But I think there's a mix of truth in both sides there. Like, a game's soundtrack isn't necessarily bad because it's not memorable, but
Yeah.
it can be
Okay.
better if it is.
I don't remember a lot of Hollow Knight's soundtrack, but I remember liking it, you know?
Yeah,
It
and
was good.
that's me pretty much. I have a friend who will play it at D&D, like he'll have a mix of songs and Hollow Knight will randomly be in there. And I can tell it's from Hollow Knight. I just don't always know the piece. But I know it's from
So
Hollow Knight.
Aside from certain things like City of Tears that are just extremely memorable
Yeah.
on purpose, those are accentuated, I would say, compared to some of the other music.
Because it's a major plot point in a
Yeah.
major area in the game. So yeah, they just kind of highlight that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so-
it might be another case where the rest of the music in the game is toned down to enhance the effect of the like things that are supposed to be more impactful.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it, probably.
Castlevania, in
So
my
you can
opinion,
also just fill your game with bangers, you know? That's viable.
that's pretty much, honestly, I think that's what La Mulana has done too. Like, the music I have heard in La Mulana, it's just like, this is all good. There's no bad track.
La Mulana needs the music for you to stay sane.
Truth. Because yeah, there's a lot going on in that game. But I haven't encountered a bad track yet in La Mulana that I'm like, this is kind of eh.
Even Castlevania has bad tracks.
Yeah, this game has bad tracks too, actually. Mainly because they're so repetitive. If they weren't so repetitive, they'd be fine. But because a certain couple of songs are repeated everywhere in a certain place in the game, yeah, they become bad. Because it's not interesting anymore because you hear it for. I mean, I guess for me, I only technically hear them for less than an hour, but still, it's enough. I say.
Yeah, like.
Oh.
Yeah, video game soundtracks necessarily have to loop, so I guess if it's too short of a loop, then it does start getting repetitive faster.
Mm-hmm.
About how long do you think, like game soundtrack should take to loop?
Like in terms of a certain song, like.
Yeah, a certain single that like piece of background music. Like, is there any like
for Castlevania
established...
at least, I've noticed it's usually 2 to 4 minutes. I believe Tragic Prince, I believe is 2.5 minutes. Lost Paintings, I want to say is 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. But yeah, Castlevania music in general is usually a 2-minute song every time.
That is something to consider, though, since it's repeating so much. If you have a prominent soundtrack, then, you know, it better be good, because if someone doesn't really like the song, they have to hear it constantly, they can't really ignore it, because it's loud. It's a problem.
Yeah. And
well, that's partially dependent on like how many areas the song is being used in.
yes.
So you could have something that is only used in a very small section of the game, and then it doesn't loop as much, and it would probably get less grading.
Well, and it's actually kind of funny because Last Painting is used in 3 areas. And the spoiler alert for Castlevania people who haven't played this game. Last Painting is played 3 times in the reverse castle. And that's honestly probably as much as the other songs. But because Lost Paintings is such a unique song, in my opinion, for this game even, it doesn't grate. Well, on me personally, it doesn't grate. Other people it might grate. But knowing when to use the song, and if it's even spaced, because those 3 areas are very apart from each other, they're on other sides of the map, each single one. While the other tracks, oh god, Curzone, I think I want to say, that one plays multiple times in a row. You can leave one area and come back to it immediately. And it's like, okay, thanks. I didn't really want to hear the song again, but I suppose. And Final Toccata. Those are the 2, I believe.
I'd be too distracted by the fact that I was playing the inverse castle and not having fun to care about the music.
Wow! Reverse Castle ain't that bad. It's better than a certain place in La Milana I have to go.
Do you mean everywhere?
Yes. But yeah, oh, for the Hollow Knight guy too, I was reading up on his composition. He went for full-on, like, depressing in that game too, he said. Which kind of complements the game a lot. It's, if you don't have a game, or if your music does not complement the game's style either, that can also be very jarring. Like, Castlevania, I don't know how they get away with having rock in Castlevania, but I guess I will say, when they have the pop versions of the music in Saturn version, I hate those. To me, they do not fit. They sound terrible. Jazz beginning can work, but not punk rock vampire killer, in my opinion.
Oh. When are we gonna talk about I Am the Wind?
Oh, we don't talk about I Am the Wind. This is such a bad choice.
The first rule of being the wind is not talking about being the wind.
When they replaced it in Requiem in the PSP version, best decision they made.
My favorite song in this.
You like it because you ironically hate this game.
Basically, everything that's the worst part of Castlevania is the part Master likes the most.
Exactly.
Hey, I unironically like Curse of the Moon. Circle of the Moon, not Curse of the Moon.
Curse of the Moon's good too, though. Hate the slingers.
I hate. Well, I also. It's still kind of weird to me how Giga just kind of tries to kill the legacy of that game.
I mean, cause he wasn't involved, so it was kind of like, eee. He also killed it with Castlevania Legends, though, and he did it for the 64 games. So it's not like Circle the Moon was the only game he tried to kill.
I feel like everything he does with new games is just further trying to bury the memory of that game.
Yeah, did he work on Castlevania 64?
I don't think so. I actually do not know.
So is there any game that he worked on that he removed from canon?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Friggin'... There we go. Strong words. Any game they're in, they're the word.
Weren't they a boss in the very first one?
They were a boss along
Wait a
with the
moment.
creature, aka Frankenstein's monster.
Human, and yet,
Ah,
what
Maria.
do you here?
I've come to destroy this
Not
castle.
the top type ice.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type.
Is
I
that
can
Link?
see. Well,
What?
perhaps we'll meet again.
It's
if you live
female
that
Link.
long.
No, it is
Farewell.
not! She
It's like the
can wield
same
the
color.
four
It's the same
celestial
green
beasts.
color.
Oh my god. Out here disrespecting my Maria.
So the color's different than it is in the portrait.
So music. Okay, let's talk about Metroid. We haven't talked about Metroid yet.
Maybe that's because we're playing Castlevania.
Well, we should talk about Metroid.
We should.
How
Metroid is ambient.
Yes. Well, in the first game
Sometimes.
it very much was. I would say it's a lot less so in Zero Mission. And then Super Metroid, yes. Fusion, yes. Prime, not so much. And then Dread, yes.
I'm gonna log out and back in because you guys sound like you're just synthesizers jamming on a
Oh, no!
keyboard or something.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not good.
Yeah, here. Yeah. Please stand by for...
Yes. Should also make sure everyone's the same volume.
That did not help.
Oh,
Did it
no.
not?
Perhaps your internet is dying. Anyways, well, he tries to sort that out.
Yeah.
Metroid. I like the music in Metroid. Also, I enjoy the mood that a lot of Metroid music provides.
Yes. Especially in Super Metroid. I mean, it's kind of hard for Metroid 1, like, the composer did what he could with the sound font he was given. Because, I mean, NES was very restrictive. Well, then they took Super Metroids, and they kept Brinstar, didn't they? If I remember correctly.
Maybe.
I don't think they kept Kraid's Lair.
They didn't. I love Kraid's Lair.
Kraid's Lair
It's
is,
only in the original and Zero Mission.
Yeah, it is. And then, I mean, Smash Bros, but that's not a mainline.
Smash doesn't count.
I was just gonna say it's not a mainline game, so I mean...
God, you people in Metroid being only known from Smash.
Hey, that's where I first learned of them. Oh, I gotta kill the Sword Lord 1 second. Oh, I can't miss it. Oh,
That's a
that
long
works.
attack.
I'll take that. I got 20 seconds. Fun fact, it took me like 10 years to learn that this was a remix of Marble Gallery.
Oh. How could you? Oh no.
I don't know. Also, because I'm cheap, I'm getting this stuff early.
What is that stuff?
Mirror
And
Curious?
why do you just stand there?
Uh,
When it goes down.
yeah. And then, like, this gives me a bunch of... Yeah, it, like, doubles my attack.
How are you supposed to know that was there?
I don't know. See, everything I learned from my brothers. I'm gonna die by him.
They probably bought the guidebook or something.
He's gonna do the down slash.
Maybe they put in all the secrets in old Metroidvanias so that people would buy the strategy book.
I don't... Well, I mean, this is past that point in time, in my opinion. I don't know why they'd have that. Gotta see the ferryman. Yeah, Cauldrath, what are your thoughts about music in Metroid?
There's a lot of ambient stuff. The stuff that isn't ambient, it's pretty good, I guess.
It's pretty good.
I don't know.
Do you like the ambient stuff?
Like, I prefer for there to be music, but like there's a time and a place for ambient
Yeah.
tracks.
The ambience makes some of the other tracks stand out more, like
Yeah, when you get to Kraid's
Lower
lair.
Brinstar.
Yeah,
I
Brinstar.
was thinking Super Metroid.
Oh, when you get to the green area, or the red-green area.
Mm-hmm.
That track's always bopping.
Yeah, the only series where I really noticed the music is the East series.
Is the what series?
East YS.
One more time?
East, the YS.
Oh,
Like-
yes. Oh, gross.
Yeast.
Bringing RPGs into this Metroidvania talk? Ugh.
Yeah.
Time to bring in some Elder Scrolls then about the music.
Oh god. What music is even in Elder Scrolls?
There's a lot of music. When you get into a dungeon, it's more atmospheric, but when you're out kind of in your house and stuff, exploring the world, it's a lot more noticeable.
Never spent time in my house in Skyrim.
I do, because I decorate.
Every building is your house in Skyrim too.
No, that's Morrowind.
Okay,
Skyrim
yeah.
and Oblivion have respawnable containers.
And there's also characters that you can't kill in Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah.
So you can't really claim their house.
Screw it. On Doppel. Stop it. I will punch you there.
It doesn't do a lot of damage.
My punch does compared to everything else.
Yeah, like 3 damage
didn't-
from the book, or like what was it, 23?
Oh!
Didn't know you
Did
were
he
Dracula.
teleport right when you hit him?
Ah! She's gonna punch you! Jeez! Twice! Yeah, something else I've noticed about, like, most Metroidvanias I've played, all in the minor key for the most part. Almost every single song you're gonna come across in a Metroidvania is always in the minor key for some reason.
Maybe the minor key is better for the ambiance.
Yeah, generally Metroidvanias like tend to be like more dark tones,
Yeah.
and that's considered appropriate for the minor key.
Mm-hmm. That usually is what it is. I don't think... I was actually trying to think of a song in Castlevania that has the major key for a main song, and I can't think of any. They're usually all minor, minus a few parts in a song. Like, there'll be obviously a B section where it'll be major, but the whole song overall is
Obviously.
a minor. Huh?
Obviously.
Obviously. Well, there's some songs that don't even have a major part to them, too.
Good little skeletons with guns. My favorite.
Your favorite isn't skeletons with motorcycles?
Well, my favorite in this game.
God, I love the blue knuckles.
My favorite that's canon.
Is Castlevania 64 the only one that had skeletons with motorcycles?
Yes.
Disappointing.
I know, it's really sad.
Weren't there any vehicle segments in this game?
Because they're generally terrible.
Yeah. Ah, yes, time to do the most classical piece in all of Castlevania.
What is it?
Wood carving partita.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, like, this song, and then you go and listen to, like... You'll listen to Tragic Prince, and it's like, damn, same composer? Their styles switch so much from... Going from almost a heavier rock sound to a softer classical. It's so well.
It was quite the reign of composing.
Yeah. Well, and I guess from what I remember from her Bloodstained interview, actually, too, is I believe that Igarashi would, like, make the area, and then we tell her, essentially, hey, do a song that you think fits for this, and it almost always fit, I think, from the original one. Because she would just be, oh yeah, that's another song, in Bloodstained, that one area, the lava Japanese place. That place, too, was heavier rock, mixed with a classical Japanese chord progression, I think.
And how else would you go about composing music for an area besides here's the area, compose something?
Well, you can,
Pretty
like,
much.
tell them what the atmosphere you're going for is, and then they try to match that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can see the atmosphere.
No,
the
I
area.
mean, I don't know if she's a huge gamer, so she might not. I actually don't know if she's a gamer or not in that regard.
And even with the same area, you can have different, like, tones.
Yes. Like, this area has two different tones. Like, this part, and then when you get to the back part. Except I can't get to the back part right now.
Why not?
I can't cheese it properly with the wolf, sadly.
Oh,
I wish I could. And cheese these dull hands, though. Or Duran, sorry. So how important do you guys think music is in a Metroidvania? For creating an atmosphere, or even just creating a bop and tune?
I mean, it's pretty much one of the most important things for your atmosphere,
It's been a long time, old
you know,
one.
along with sound design in general,
Oh, it's you,
which has
Mr.
always been
Alucard.
important in
What do you need?
Metroidvanias.
I need your help.
Young
Would you
master,
considering a make or
I
breaking
cannot
point for
name
you?
one who opposes the
No.
master.
No?
You
I'd prefer
won't go unrewarded.
having good gameplay over
Really?
good
In that
atmosphere.
case, just tell me what you need.
How about you, Cauldrath?
Yeah, atmosphere is pretty important. I think it's possible to make a decent Metroidvania even without
I'm
any
interested.
background music.
Thank you.
It's just probably not going to be as good.
Yeah. And I mean, in my opinion, that's kind of harmony and dissonance. Even though it's not even that great of a Metroidvania.
Yeah, I was gonna say, music's the best part of that game.
Honestly, if they just had a better sound trip, better mixing, it would have been. Actually, I think I can that one part. It would have been a solid game, but they didn't. They went with a very low bit sounding chip.
What could there?
It sounds terrible. I don't think I can cheese.
Just have to try harder.
Actually, I might cheese it this way though. No. Sorry, I disappointed. Can't do it.
I bet Ishu could do it.
He probably could! I can do the one in the clock tower. That's like the only one I can do.
Also, does the wolf have a sword on its back?
Yes.
Even though you have the royal gloves equipped?
Yeah. And I think he actually
Maybe
has
it's
his,
for
like,
emergency.
cuirass on, too. I don't think that's his chest. I think that's the... It's always hard to tell. They didn't even make him purple in the show as a wolf. They made him a white wolf. 0 out of 10 continuity.
But it's technically not, like...
I know.
It's based on 3. They didn't have a wolf form in 3.
No. He didn't have the mist form either. But I don't think he had the mist form in the show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, no mist form.
No mist form, sorry.
Really looking forward to seeing Misty Alucard.
Oh god.
Maybe he's able to turn into mist in the show, but he just never did it.
I think that's what it is, honestly.
Yeah. Show can be pretty hit or miss sometimes.
It was very hit or miss.
I like the banter.
Yeah, the banter
Notice I
was
said
great.
missed. Supposed to laugh. I did like the banter.
Best part of the show. Except they only
It
used...
wasn't great or anything.
And they
it was
only used
enjoyable.
bloody tears. Made me sad.
So you would
Banter's
say
the-
that... Go on.
Oh yeah, banter's never really been a thing in Castlevania before the show. Like, they don't often have a lot of characters talking to each other, and when they do, it's like pretty serious or like, I don't know, like B-movie type stuff.
People meet up for 30-second cutscenes where they say only the things necessary for the game to make sense, and then they leave.
Which is probably for the best. You don't want to be sitting there forever listening to them talk about things you don't care about.
Then Grimoire of Souls comes along. But I still gotta find a way to play.
Do you really?
Yes, I need lore.
Didn't you just
Alright.
watch a lore video or a
No,
let's play?
I wanna play it.
Play any other game that's better lore than this game.
You know, Master, I don't take a big old fat dump on the games you like for lore.
Hey, I never said that this game had bad lore. I just said play other games that have better lore.
I play Elder Scrolls for that.
Where else will you find the lusty Argonian maid?
Exactly. Ah. Oh, come on, that was my feet.
Protect your feet.
What is the worst boss in this game?
In this game, Gallimop. He's
Oh.
hands down. No contest. No one likes fighting him.
What
So is a
other-
boss that you don't like fighting necessarily a bad boss?
Yes. In this game, yes.
What are the Metroidvanias with the best music?
Can I say all the Castlevania minus Harmony?
No, you can't say that.
Alright, well, in terms of my favorite, I would say Symphony of the Night, Super Metroid, probably either, honestly, probably Order of Ecclesia. No, Order of Ecclesia is a crest-like. Donisaro. I really like Donisaro's soundtrack.
You're still listing off Castlevania games.
I listed 2. That's okay. Castlevania is like one of the main draws for Castlevania is the music. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm. So besides Metroid or Castlevania, what games?
I would have to say La Mulana. La Mulana is very strong with the music, but I haven't listened to the original soundtrack either. I'm listening to the remix version.
They're both quite good.
Yeah.
Sensitive head parts.
Yep. Oh, one of the best tracks in the game. It has like 4 instruments in it too.
This is
Yeah, I
such an
wonder if-
interesting room.
Yeah, I wonder if composers that started with like older systems tend to try to make simpler soundtracks with like fewer instruments.
I could see it. I mean, Michiru Yamane for Castlevania at least started on Bloodlines actually. Bloodlines was one of the first games. And she actually said she preferred that soundtrack, like working with those sound channels. Interestingly enough.
Interesting. I wonder how those sorts of limitations shape the music.
I don't know,
If you
because it doesn't sound very limited for me for how she did it with the Genesis.
I just mean in general. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Metroid 2, the music in that game, for me,
Non-existent.
it's mostly just strange ambient noises.
Yeah.
And it does provide atmosphere of a sort. But it's also kind of hard to listen to.
Yeah. There's a balance, and they did not strike a good balance, in my opinion, with Metroid 2. They did in Metroid 1, but not Metroid.
And the interview with the composer for Metroid 1, I think they said something about like trying to make it so that the sounds and the music kind of blended together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to mention that earlier, but I didn't remember where I read it. I didn't want to be wrong. So do you just spam invincible attacks to kill?
I mean, it works
bosses?
for this one, because she's so far away, and I don't have a long-range weapon. Judge me for how I play, it works.
Everything works in this game.
Ah, yeah. Coolest looking cloak. This song is such a vibing song, too.
Maybe they added the trailing colors so people would be distracted from the weird running animation.
It's not that weird of a running animation. How do I sort things again? There we go. That's still weird. Honestly, compared to Harmony of Dissonance and Circle the Moon, this running animation is really not that bad. And look,
Yeah.
you even have like 3 directions for jumping.
That's jumping though, not running.
Yeah. Well, they cut it down at
Yeah.
Donosaro to 2.
It looks kind of like he's power walking.
Looks like he's on an early afternoon stroll with some shake weights in his neighborhood.
I mean, this is his, like, literal place he grew up in. I mean, yeah, it's a creature of chaos, whatever, it changes. But I mean, it's still technically his home. So, wouldn't you be power walking through your house, trying to kill your father if you needed to? As morbid as that is.
Never come up. I don't recall ever power walking through my house for any reason.
I just kind of shimmy slowly.
What? Shimmy slowly through your house. Excuse me while I murder these spears.
I want to stub your toe. I'm sure Alucard has to deal with a lot of stub toes because of random objects appearing on the floor where they weren't
He
a
has,
moment ago.
he has boots.
Dracula is a Lego fam.
Would be
That's actually what the castle's made out of. That's why
Aw.
it's so easy to flip over.
God, I hate the toads and frogs.
Oh, hello, Atom Bomb.
Hello! Welcome. Also, another thing that makes Castlevania unique with its music is all the unique music to go with the unique. Oh.
So the thing that makes it unique is that it's unique.
Yes.
Good to know.
It does have a lot of different biomes.
Especially Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia. They kind of deviated a lot.
Yeah, like Metroid is almost all caves.
Yeah. Hey, see this guy gets it. Lost Paintings is also one of my favorites. Wandering Ghosts is also up there, but I think Tragic Prince gets my first place spot. Tragic Prince.
Are you the Tragic Prince?
I think that's actually his theme song in a couple games, so yes.
No, as in you, Atcero. Are you the Tragic Prince?
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm too cool to be tragic.
You're not an edgelord?
I'm not that anymore. No, I'm not an edgelord. Anymore.
In a past life.
In a past life. No, more like 5 years ago. Alright. Gotta get the ferryman symbols so then I can go do that later. Not right now though. I could get it. Not right now. Portrait of Ruin is good too. Has a lot of good music in Portrait of Ruin. I think that has the third remix of... Come on. Not screwed yet. think it has the third remix of Cross Your Heart. Oh no, I might be screwed.
Yeah, Harmony of Dissonance is not a good game.
Yeah, Harmony of Dissonance is really not good. I just replayed it, so I can attest to this. Needed. All needed. Make the game better. Have some decent music, a couple hints, and you're golden.
Could have just been a better game.
Just been a better game. Aria of Sorrow is also amazing. Aria of Sorrow had the best music on the Advanced Collection, hands down.
I'd rather play a literal terrible port of Symphony of the Night.
Oh
than
my god.
You played
budget
Aria?
port.
Aria, like, I think Aria's, like, probably the objectively best.
Yeah, that's like the
in the series.
consensus, is it's better than Symphony of the Night.
Yes. I actually enjoy Aria.
Oh, were you talking about Harmony?
What was that? Yeah. That's it.
Jail of Jewels, yeah! Some good music in here. Which I need to actually redo that song for piano.
Music when I played Portrait was slightly ruined for me because the game kept on, when I was playing it totally legally, it was very slow for some reason, slowing down.
Wonder why.
Well, it is called Portrait of Ruin, so
Well, I'm sure your very legal copy was just kind of letting you know that it was very legal.
see, if your copy's too legal, then it starts slowing down.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to unlock the... Oh, whoops. I should have gotten the teleport. Whoopsies. That was a dingle dongle.
Jonathan, Charlotte.
Jonathan. Charlotte. Oh, it's even better when you do Stella, Loretta, Stella, Loretta. It's even better.
Oh, you know you could do that. Spoilers.
Well, it's literally one of the game modes. What? Did you even beat
Is
it?
that the one? Is that the one where you had to play using the touchscreen?
Yes. It is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
skipped that one.
Yeah. Then they had Richter and Maria.
Yeah, all those like alternate modes I usually don't play because they usually just unlock all the powers right off the bat.
Yeah.
So
Why would
you're
I
not
want?
really playing a Metroidvania anymore.
Why would I want to replay a game I already didn't like? Except now there's even less going on.
I'm not saying you replay it, I'm just saying you try it out, because I don't think I've ever beaten... Actually, no, I didn't beat Juliet's mode. Never mind, I lied. I don't think I've ever beaten a secondary Castlevania mode.
So in Bloodstained, Bloodless, you actually could get like ability upgrades.
Oh, you could?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I was told that you also start like in a different spot on the map, so early progression is different. That
Yeah.
mode,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Certainly
Yeah.
more interesting than some of these other modes.
Yeah, if you actually go to back to the starting area, it's like higher level than the like Bloodless starting area.
Also, yeah, Rondo, I do like Rondo. It's probably my favorite Classicvania. But I can understand not liking it.
Oh, it's a classic Vania. Why would you like it?
Oh my god, I can't like Classicvanias now?
Nope.
Oh, time to leave the server. Phaser will be
Ended up-
finally happy.
Well, he also likes classic Vanias.
He likes the bad Classicvanias though, like Super Castlevania 4.
Why is it bad?
It's not good. They don't care about the sub-weapons. Your whip's overpowered. There's literally like no strategy in it, and the music sucks. All of it's bad. Only good song. There's like 2 good songs that aren't remixed in Super Castlevania 4. And that is the What song? Treasury Room and then Simon's theme.
I did skip Rondo for some reason. Maybe it was because when I played 4, it was eh, and I didn't want to play more of it.
Yeah, I
I've
personally.
played like I've played 1, 3, and haven't beat either of them, and 2, and then like a couple levels of 4, and that's it for Classicvanias.
Imagine beating Castlevania 3 because I am in the same boat.
Yeah, I beat 3, but I also abused the hell out of save states for the final boss.
And when I played 1 and 3, that was like back in like the 80s.
Oh wow, you are showing your age.
Yeah. So I didn't have save states to.
You had Game Genie. Don't give me that. You had Game
I did.
Genie.
I didn't have a Game Genie.
Oh, we had a Game Genie. I don't know why we had a Game Genie, but we did. And yes, my dad abused it. He then also abused save states and cheat codes when we started emulating, because my dad was a great role model for that.
Oh yeah, once I had access to emulation, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat all these old games that I couldn't beat before. And just
Exactly.
save state my way through them.
I've beaten every single Iga in Classicvania. Personally, Adam. Actually, no, not every Classicvania. Almost every Classicvania. Minus Game Boy games, because those ones suck. Music's good,
Stuff
though.
to
What do you count Castlevania 64 as?
A terrible game?
Is it a
finish
classic
64.
game, or is it
Actually, I would have to probably say it's more of a Classicvania, because it's level-based. But it
Yeah.
actually falls under 3Dvania, because that is a separate genre for Castlevania.
It's kind of like the people that say that Metroidvanias can't be 3D.
Oh, God.
Classicvanias can't be 3D.
No, they can be. It's just there's Classicvanias, Metroidvanias, or Igavanias, and then there's 3Dvanias. There's separate categories.
But why aren't 3Dvanias Classicvanias? Because they're 3D?
No, because they're usually not as level progression based. It's kind of like the Doom mod, or yeah, the Doom mod for Castlevania. I
I
mean,
was
it's
gonna ask, is that one?
that I would consider 3Dvania. Because yes, it is level
Why?
based, but it is also you can go a lot more places. It's a lot more open for the map in that level.
But it's like the same. It's like
I-
the same
No,
rooms,
but I mean
except
it's-
it's in 3D.
It's like Lament of Innocence in that regard. Yeah. I personally love Curse of Darkness. That's my favorite. Also good music. I would not consider it a Metroidvania, though. Yeah, music and Metroidvanias. What else do we got?
Adam, you should listen to the music from La Mulana. It is very good.
Did either of you play Cathedral?
Yes.
What did you think
No.
of the graveyard music? in Cathedral?
I think I remember it being kind of annoying because that area was annoying. But maybe if I heard it less, I'd like it.
Yeah, it had this like, yeah, like I didn't like that song either. It has this like weird, like discordant, like attribute to it, which was probably intentional, but I don't know if it really worked.
Didn't it have a part where it kind of went slow and started speeding up?
Yeah, like
thought
right
that was
before
cool.
it loops. Yeah.
I don't think it was bad music.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of a... I know it's not truly a Metroidvania, it's a pseudo-MV, but Messenger. The catacombs in that game kind of had more of a discordant feel with its song, but it worked really well for me, at least.
Best part of the Messenger was the music. The second best part was the first part of the game, and all the rest was kind of mediocre.
I like the second.
The best part of the messenger was the shop.
Oh yeah, the shopkeeper is prime time. I loved him. Also, now it is time for the chapel skip. Do this. No, it's because it's the strongest weapon I got right now, because I got it early. So that is why it is the punch.
Which Castlevania has the best clock tower?
This. For me, at least. Because I can do this.
We are not in the same room. In fact, we are quite the distance away from each other.
Yes.
But we're talking on Discord.
No.
So this part feels less clock towery than most Castlevanias, where it's just like you're trying to climb up a bunch of gears while a bunch of Medusa's heads
You
are
mean
trying
right
to
this
kill you.
part?
Yeah.
Yeah, it transitions, don't worry. Okay.
But which Castlevania has the best clock tower music?
This one for me. Here, I gotta... on.
What are you looking for in clock tower music? Gotta be clocky, right? Is the clock tower?
Not always. For me, it's just gotta be a good tune. Gears Go Awry, I would definitely say feels a lot more clock towery for a song. That and, the clock tower theme in Dawn of Sorrow, not Dawn, sorry. Aria of Sorrow, which was, oh no, I just lost my, no, I can't get that back.
Oh no.
Well, I can't get petrified, so I'm fine there. That and probably the Aria of Sorrow one, which I think is actually just called Clock Tower. I screwed myself up. I'm probably gonna die.
Do that.
I'm gonna have to, because I don't have the book to keep these guys at bay.
So is the clock tower like... Is it where death hangs out?
Usually. This is the game that he does not. Dawn of Sorrow, he does not. Aria of Sorrow, he does. Portrait of Ruin, he does. I think. Yes. Yeah, usually he does. I'm not gonna tempt my luck there.
So does Death just have a thing for clock?
I think it's kind of like time, your time's up kind of deal. Alright, I gotta heal or else I will die.
But why would he want to be in a clock tower? That's where all the time is.
Because usually it's right next to Dracula. In Castlevania 1, that was his spot because it was right next to where Dracula was.
Why do you want a clock tower right next to where you work?
I don't know.
So you know what time it is?
Because Dracula's rich and wants to show it off. Nope, I forgot Vandal Swords exists. I'm gonna make them click later. Oh, what was that?
We do know that there's pocket watches at this time period because that's one of the items you can get. So, I imagine Dracula has a pocket watch.
I think he's too posh for that. My
Wouldn't
opinion.
you? I always associated pocket watches with being posh.
But he's old-fashioned. He's from like the 1200s. He's got to be different than everyone else.
I also usually associate pocket watches with being old-fashioned, but that probably wouldn't have been the case in this time period.
No. Also, Dracula's too hell-bent on trying to kill people. Like, you think he cares?
Yeah.
Look at my watch. Looks like it's people killing time.
Oh boy, here I go killing again. Come on. Come on.
maybe you should have just reloaded your save as soon as you lost the book.
Nah. I'm fine. I thought I might have gotten out of there. That was not the case. I just chose this game because it's my turn to play the game. And I picked Symphony of the Night because we're doing music. Oh, I biffed that.
Biffed it?
Because the thing broke, so I cannot get back, so I'm just gonna have to let him kill me. Here, come here, oh lord, come on.
There's no way to just go back to the main menu and load the save?
No. Not unless I, like, exit the emulator.
What's under system?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
so
forgot to change my window color.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, on Wednesdays we do the podcast. We play something different or have different gameplay on while we talk about a topic
Yeah, come on.
each week.
Do it. Kill me. Kill me. There we go. Nah, we share this one. I mean, I have a music channel, but that is completely unrelated to this topic, so...
And technically everyone has a Twitch channel.
Yes, we do each have our own.
I mean, I've never streamed anything on my...
I thought you streamed, like, once.
Maybe I did.
I remember you streaming, like, once, and I felt bad because I couldn't make it.
When would I ever do that?
It was
Probably
a long
just streaming
time ago.
something in Discord.
Yeah. So that's...
Yeah. I don't remember you ever streaming anything on Twitch.
I could be misremembering Cauldrath. It's been a while.
It's probably Cauldrath.
I do occasionally stream.
Very, very rarely.
Yeah.
I am the true gamer nerd here, it seems.
Maybe if I stream game development, I'll actually be pressured to do it.
You should. I would come and watch. That's how I pressure myself to do art sometimes. Which I need to do again. Because I have projects I need to get done.
I'm too busy right now to do.
I'm playing on a PS1 emulator. Gosh. But I do own the game, so I don't feel bad doing it. Come on. Did it perfectly the first time.
That was your only chance.
No, it was not. I'll do it again. I'll try one more time, and if I don't do it, I'll be a nerd, and I don't want to go through the chapel, but the chapel's so boring. It's not as entertaining. Come on. There we go.
You could take your armor off and then it would probably kill you faster.
I know. I was just thinking that, but I'm very lazy. That game over screen is very, like, doesn't fit.
Oh, because it's, like, somewhat gruesome?
No, it's just, like, demon bones with a cross.
It's boring.
Is it supposed to be Alucard's true form? That could be it, actually.
It's placeholder.
I killed him because I messed up the skip. So I'm redoing it so I can get the skip better. We should also talk about music more.
We should.
So what subjects have we not covered regarding music?
So many things.
Maybe like instrument selection?
Well, Michiru Yamane is all over the place in hers, and I love it. There's always a different instrument.
But there's certain times when, like, a certain instrument is more appropriate for, like, conveying a certain atmosphere.
Like the piano when it's in the crystal area.
Alright, what do you guys think about, including vocals in background music?
Depends on the track. Like for Nocturne, which is the fairy card you can get for a certain area for Saturn only. I think it works very well because it's kind of a hidden one, but usually I do not like vocals.
Yeah, like
Vocals.
Axiom Verge 2 had a lot of vocals in it. And
Really?
sometimes it works really well. But then it's also kind of distracting.
Is it like actual word vocals or like more like hymns?
It's more like hymns.
Okay, so kind of like Royal Chapel in this game. Actually, yeah, this game did have that one vocal track, and I think that was it for the main game.
I like chanting and stuff, like Metroid Prime.
Did Metroid Prime have chant?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of, it was like a synthesizer option or whatever.
Yeah. Which I think they... Yeah, I mean, this is synthesized, obviously. Oh.
Not lose your book again.
I refuse. And I just lost it.
Stop losing your book.
I'm getting it back this time, don't worry. Except I'm gonna die.
I will die for this book.
Use your meat.
I'm gonna have to use the meat here. Oh, after I get out of this area. Because I can kill these ones.
Yeah, first step of medical triage is stopping the bleeding.
Oh,
Or, like, stopping the situation from getting worse.
Yes. I didn't know you went to medical school.
There was army training. It's just like a list of things that you're supposed to do first. And the first thing is like, if they're on fire, take them out of the fire.
that sounds a lot like my first aid training. Now can I actually get these guys up?
Don't forget the sword.
Yep. Yep, come on.
But yeah, another game that used vocals was like there was a track near the end of Ender Lilies where they were like they included a bunch of like gasps in the background music.
What?
Yeah,
That's weird.
which it was kind of interesting at first, but yeah, I think that anytime you include any sort of vocalization, it's a lot more distracting. Like it brings it more to the forefront
Yeah.
than like anything else.
It is usually distracting when it's inherently, like, everything needs to be super ambient and, you know. But, a lot of Metroidvanias tend to be more ambient than having prominent tracks in them, I guess.
Minus Castlevania. This is like... I feel like Castlevania every time is the sole exception. Because they always do, in my opinion, have very loud and in-your-face tracks. Minus a few areas. Like, Floating Gardens doesn't from Aria, the Platinum... or the... Oh, what is it called? It's called Platinum Moonlight is the track. But that's also the gardens in that one, in Domasaro. This game
If you
is...
wanna...
Oh, yeah.
If you want to pull like a Kojima or something and just make your game entirely people singing things, you know, you should go for it.
Well, I like
see
One
us-
Winged Angel in Final Fantasy VII.
The Furrow. I think everyone likes that track.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the final boss, so it's appropriate to have something that's like more stand out.
Bullying this poor
I love this skip.
winged creature.
Malphus? Or Korosuman
Yeah.
in this game. Who needs to go through the chapel? I say that as I will go to the chapel now.
Yes. Who needs to go forwards through the chapel?
Yeah, what were you saying about Alucard's true form?
The bones for the game over. If you do there's like a 1 in 50 chance or something like that, where if you get turned to stone, you'll become a gargoyle-looking thing. And they actually use that in that Doom mod. If you notice in some of the fountains, they use that form, actually.
Okay, but you could also just be turned into a gargoyle and not turned into, like, your true form.
No, it's considered his true form.
Who considers it, though?
Everyone.
I mean, I've played the game and I've never heard of this before.
Have you seen it?
No.
Saw it after Googling it. It looks pretty badass.
It doesn't it, though? I hate these flea riders.
I'd get that statue, put it in my garden, you know?
Exactly. Also, skip complete, because now I got the leap stone. Haha. A lot earlier than I should have.
Sequence breaking.
Sequence breaking! The only sequence break I know how to do. I think I have to do.
Have you looked up any speedruns of this game?
No. I don't want to feel bad about my own skills.
But you could like see like if there's any other sequence breaks that you don't know of.
Oh, I know there are, but I just really like that one. That one was always fun. That one my brothers taught me. That's special to me. Alright, time to go to the chapel.
Go into the chapel.
Oh, yeah.
Why is there even a chapel in this castle?
I always ask myself that every time. Why does Dracula have a friggin' chapel in every single one of his castles? It's like, bro, you hate God. You disowned him, pretty much, because you're like, you killed my wife, I don't like you anymore. And then the other wife died. What?
Maybe it's for the followers who wish to resurrect Dracula.
I don't know.
Or something. What
Doesn't
happens to those people?
They usually die.
But wasn't he called here by those who wish to serve him?
Yeah, but
Pay
in
him
Dawn of
tribute.
Sorrow, he literally says, "Ha! You summoned me, huh? Well, now you're gonna be the first to die." It's like, what? Girl.
And then they keep doing it.
Yep, they keep doing it. They don't learn. Yeah, Requiem for the Gods is also one of my favorite tracks. All the tracks pretty much are my favorite tracks.
The thing is, does it ever say what the chapel is to? Like, maybe it's a chapel to Dracula.
You can go talk to priests. I don't know.
Maybe he just thinks it's funny.
Well,
He thinks
do
it's
they say
ironic
what
to
the
have a chapel.
do they say what the priests are to?
I mean, there's a good priest and then there's a bad priest, so I'm assuming one's for God and
Maybe
stuff.
maybe the castle's like Silent Hill or something.
Griffin battle or hippogriff, sorry.
The sins of the inhabitants manifest themselves.
Yeah, like Dracula keeps trying to like burn down the chapel, and it just keeps going back
Mhm.
later.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, look at that background picture, so I mean, that's not great looking.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have that in like a normal like,
Nah.
Christian cathedral.
Impressive.
I forgot
You're
I have to go
very
the other way to
strong.
get Maria's dialogue.
What is it you want? You didn't come here to tell me that.
You're right. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Oh,
Of the
yeah. Why did
Belmont
they use
clan?
that sprite
Of course,
of
but
Belmont?
He disappeared about a year ago, and I'm sure he's here.
I think it's
If
funny.
you see him, please let me know.
as you wish, my lady.
Thank you. So, you do know how to be a gentleman.
Ooh, a sick burn. Get dissed. He deserved that.
Why? What did you do wrong?
I mean, he's just like, you didn't come here to tell me that. Like, fuck, you're the frick you want.
Like, get to the point.
Yeah, he's got places to be. Dad's the murderer.
Come on, I ain't getting younger. I gotta go kill my dad today. Come on.
I mean, he's not getting older, though.
Nah, that's true.
Getting impatient.
I gotta relearn this on piano. That's what I need to do.
Do it.
Really close, actually. I have most of it memorized still.
Learn La Mulana on piano.
Oh my god.
Like the actual game. Learn to play
The
it.
actual game. Every single riddle, every single text in that game, I'll convert it to MIDI. I don't know how yet, but I will.
Well, no, I'm saying like hook up your keyboard to your computer.
Oh,
then
and do
play
it that.
using-
No, I hate that. Oh, I'll kill the hunting girl here. Give me your sword. Sword's cool. Which they referenced that in the show. That made me happy. Right, I can't reach down there. I gotta go through the marble gallery.
Skellerangs are the best enemies.
I would not say that. Ah, I'm missing some
They're
parts
just
of it.
chilling, you know? Like enemies that are just chilling.
Oh, and then you do this. Here, let him throw that. I'm a cruel person, I know. No. This would take me 6.5 hours to beat, and sadly I do not have that kind of time tonight. However, I still do want to do the 24-hour stream. And hate myself.
So then you're playing La Mulana during it?
No, I'm playing this 3 times.
What?
I was gonna play each version. I was gonna play the original PlayStation. I was gonna play the Saturn. And then I was gonna play Saturn as Maria, I think was my plan. Dude, this is the Good Priest. This guy's cool. He drops the grapes. Grape juice.
Why do you give you grape juice?
Because it's supposed to be.
Do they have to censor it?
No, this is the good person. And you leave and she does that. Let's see if I can get the bad priest. Yeah, look at this nerd.
So rude.
I know. Let's see if I can get the bad confessioner. Nope.
You didn't even listen to what you had to say.
Not today. There it is.
You're a terrible priest.
I know. I mean, I'm not fully human, so.
That's true.
Oh, I gotta go through this area. You can't go through here because there's a wall, but I'll lock it anyways. I could get the lightning ring, but I do not want the. Oh, I can get the nitro.
What are the best instruments in Trademania music?
Depends on the song. I mean, for me, I am very partial to strings, piano, and guitar. Those are like my 3 top instruments ever. So I'm very partial to those in general. But I
What
think
about
there's a
bass?
lot. Huh?
What about bass?
I do like the bass. I have my bass sitting next to me that I don't even play.
I always appreciate when a song just has a slapping bass.
Wandering Ghosts be like. Too bad I can't get to that area. Well, 6 minutes? Yeah, I don't think I can get. I can get
It
the
is
Morning
sad.
Star.
Fortunately, Cauldrath seems to be dying at the moment.
Why is he dying?
I don't know. He's attempting to get the voice call to work.
Is it still broken?
Maybe. I mean, he joined and left a bunch.
Oh, and see, because I'm streaming, it doesn't notify me. at all.
Yes, thankfully.
Yeah, no kidding. You just have a notification of the join and disconnect every 5 seconds. Oh, I'm almost dead. Oh, I can get down to the bottom.
You should avoid dying. Oh yeah, I like the corner guards too.
Yeah, corner guards are cool. Corner guards, hill guards. I think they were in Rondo? I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure they're in Rondo.
Weren't they in Portrait?
Yes, they are in Portrait. For sure. Oh yeah, there's the text. Which I found out that text name. Thank you, NSM. So what else do we got for music? I feel like we didn't cover too much on music, sadly. But none of us are also music people. Like, I barely know theory.
You should learn theory, that way
I
you have more to say next week.
Wait, next week? What are we doing next week? Music part 2 right away?
You never know.
I'm good. For a while, but yes, I know. I need to do theory more. I was gonna save that for when I get my minor in music. 5 years down the line.
See, I believe we are nearing our end.
Yeah, we are.
So sad.
Yeah, a decent part of the castle filled out at least.
How much was it?
A good chunk. I'm missing what? Missing the catacombs, abandoned pit, and half of the long library. Mainly.
This is a good chunk.
For, I mean, hour and a half, yeah, it's not bad at all. Back, I can't. Yeah. I don't know, I do place a lot of value on music in the game. The music ain't good. You kill the whole game, like did with Harmony of Dissonance. Great game. Like, a decent game, but the music just kills it.
It's really game.
It's an okay game.
Do you think you can describe what is bad about the music in Harmony of Dissonance, though?
The sound font. It sounds like 8-bit music when Aria of Sorrow had an amazing sound font. And yeah, they just couldn't match that. I don't know why they couldn't have a halfway decent one, but they just didn't. And then the composer, he had like a lot of good ideas with his songs, but he didn't always execute them in the best way. There's a lot of dissonance that didn't resolve, which if you're gonna have dissonance, usually I believe they resolve it so it doesn't sound as bad. They just didn't do it in that game. They couldn't. I don't know what his deal was with it, but it was not Michiru Yamane who composed that soundtrack. It was someone else.
The dissonance didn't harmonize?
Yeah, they did not create a harmony of dissonance. They created a dissonance of dissonance.
Sad. Has anyone done a remaster of the soundtrack?
Yes.
How was that?
Pretty good. What was his name? Jorge Fuentes. He was very prominent in the Castlevania dungeon community. He did a lot of remixes for a lot of games. And he mainly just changed the sound fonts. And it sounded a lot better. But I believe there's other people too who have like fully remixed. But I haven't checked them out in a long time, sadly. Got less than a minute left. I can't make it to the Wandering Ghosts. Can't make it to the Coliseum. I wish I could. Sad day.
We'll just have to imagine the music.
I mean, or look it up. The music's really good. Oh, look at that. Save point. Perfect timing.
Wow.
Wow.
Do
Yeah.
I say my wows like that?
I'd do the Owen Wilson wow. Because it's funny. I like the Owen Wilson wow.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it's 10:30. Or 11:30, I guess, for you guys.
Could be any 30, depending on where you are in the world.
It is an hour and a half after we began.
Bye.
So yeah, yeah, have a nice night. Thanks for joining us on our slightly music stream and also just talking about Castlevania and Metroidvania games in general, as usual.
Alright,
So yeah.
bye.